Hello, this is the fifth part of this video. Now I am going to explain every equations one by one. These are all the five important equations discussed in this book, in your book. Let me take this first equation. Q is equal to N times C. Q is equal to N times C. What is Q? Q is electric charge. See, this is the definition for electric charge. Electric charge is a physical property of matter that causes it to experience a force when placed in electromagnetic field. There are two types of electric charges. One is positive charge, other one is negative charge. Like charges repel and unlike charge attracts. An object with an absence of net charge is referred to as neutral. Let us see the meaning for this sentence. Absence of net charge is referred to as neutral. Neutral. See, this is a lithium atom. This is a lithium atom. A lithium atom is written like this. Li, this is the number of proton. This is number of proton and neutron. This is the atomic number of the lithium. This is the mass number of the lithium. See, now we are looking at the lithium atom. This is a nucleus. These are all orbits of electrons. Now, in lithium atom, there should be three protons. There should be three protons and four neutrons. Here in this nucleus of lithium, we have three protons and three neutrons. Now, let us not bother about neutron, number of neutron. Now, here in this lithium atom, we have three protons. The proton have positive charges, whereas the electron have negative charges. See, this is the 3 plus protons. We have 3 electrons. So here protons are equal to electrons. Number of protons are equal to electrons. Here 3 protons are equal to 3 neutrons. So net charge is 0. See, net charge is 0. So every plus has its own pair, own minus. So net charge is 0. Net charge is equal to 0. Okay. Let us consider this equation. Let us consider this equation. See, this is also lithium atom, but it has 3 plus. It has 3 protons, but it has 5 electrons. So it is called ion. So negatively charged ion. This is called negatively charged ion. So is negatively charged. Why? Here the net charge is 2. 2 minus net charge is here net charge is how we should calculate net charge. We have 2 extra electrons here. There is only 3 plus. If there is only 3 minus, then this atom is a neutral state. But we have 2 electrons are found. There is 2 excess electrons. We have 2 excess electrons. See, only 3 plus but 5 minus. So what we should do? So take the second equation. The excess electron should be taken into account. So it has 2 excess electron times E. E is a charge of the electron, charge of 1 electron. So 2 times minus 1.6 602 times 10 power minus 19 coulomb. When we multiplied the both number, we get minus 3.204 times 10 power minus 19 coulomb. 19 coulomb. Now consider this atom, the neutral atom. Neutral atom doesn't have any excess electron or excess proton. So 0 times 1 point minus 1.602 times 10 power minus 19 coulomb. This can be taken plus because there is no excess proton or excess electron. Okay, so the net charge is 0. Net charge is 0. Now you consider this equation. This equation has 3 protons and 7 electrons. 3 protons. This picture has 3 protons and 7 electrons. This is also called a negatively charged ion. Negative ion. This is called a negative ion. Okay, this has negative charge. What we do now? We have 4 excess electrons. 4 excess electrons. So go to this third equation. Q is equal to Ne. The 4 excess electrons should be considered. The charge of 1 electron is minus 1.602 times 10 power minus 19 coulomb. We have, when we multiplied both number, we get minus 6.4008 10 power minus 19 coulomb. This now the net charge is not 0. Net charge is not 0 because we have 4 excess electron. So that electron should be considered, and they should be multiplied by charge of 1 electron. Look here. Now what is E? The value of E is 1.6021762 times 10 power minus 19 coulomb. This, if we take the case of charge of 1 proton, the value is plus 1.6 10 power minus 19 coulomb. That is 1.6. When we know, I think we should know the mathematics. When this 10 power minus 19 is brought to the denominator, this will become plus 19. 10 power plus 19. So this value is 1.6 over 10 power plus 19 coulomb. Then 1.6 divided by, what is the meaning for this one? 1 followed by 19 zeros. 1 followed by 19 zeros. Then I put here 19 zeros. This is the meaning for this value. This is the meaning for this. 1.6 10 power minus 19 coulomb means 1.6 divided by 10 power plus 19 coulomb. Then 1.6 over 1 followed by 19 numbers times coulomb. If we take the value of this one, we will get 0.0000 something. That is, it will come. We will get, when we divide both 1.6 divided by 1 followed by 19 numbers, we will get answer like this. 0 point followed by this much 0, 1602. What about this charge of 1 electron? That this is opposite. The charge of electron is opposite to that of charge of proton, but the magnitude of charge of proton and the magnitude of charge of electron are one and the same, but it is opposite to each other. So that is the minus before this value. So what is the meaning for this one? You put the minus before here. Then follow like this. 1.6 divided by 10 power plus 19 coulomb. When we bring 10 power minus 19 to the denominator, it will become plus. Then this is equal to minus 1.6 over 1 followed by 19 numbers. When we divide both 1.6 over 1 followed by 90 numbers, we'll get the same value, but here we get minus before here. We get minus before here. Okay. Now what is QE? QE is equal to number of positive ion, number of positive charge of, what is N here? N is number of excess proton. What N here? Number of excess electron. Okay. Suppose in this atom there are seven protons in the nucleus, but this atom has 5 electron are lacking. So the 5 proton does not have its own pair. So then that 5 should be considered, that should be multiplied by the charge of 1 proton. 5 times 1.6 times 10 power minus 19 coulomb, we get 8 times 10 power minus 19 coulomb. What about this one? What about this one? Okay, suppose in the nucleus there are 7 protons, but in the orbit of the electrons there are 12 electrons. So here this should be there's 7 proton, there should be 7 proton and 7 electrons, but we have 5 excess electrons. So that 5 excess electron should be taken into account, and that 5 should be multiplied by minus 1.6 times 10 power minus 19 coulomb. We get minus 8 times 10 power minus 19 coulomb. This is called a negative charge. This is called positive charge. This is called positive charge. This is a nitrogen atom. A nitrogen atom is written like this. Ni, this is the number of proton. This is the number of proton and neutron. This is the atomic number. This is mass number. This is atomic number. Atomic number. This is the mass number. Mass number. So when we consider this nitrogen atom, there should be 7 protons in the nucleus. For each and every 7 protons, there should be it should have its own electron. So there should be 7 electrons. If it is like that, this will be called a neutral atom. Or the net charge is 0. But now you consider this one. We have 7 protons, 7 plus, but it has only 2 electrons. So this is the net charge. This is the which we have excess 5 protons. So Q is equal to the excess 5 protons must be considered. 5 times the charge of 1 proton is equal to 1.6 10 power minus 19 coulomb. Just now I explained about it. So Q is equal to, when we take the product of this both, we get plus 8 times 10 power minus 19 coulomb. This is a positive ion, is a positive charge. This is positively charged atom. This is a positive charge. This is called nitrogen ion. Nitrogen ion. This can be denoted as 5 plus. So I think you all would have understood what is QE. Again, let me finish it. Q is equal to N times C. Q may be either plus or minus. This is charge, electric charge, may be positive or negative charge. N is if in the atom, when we consider the atom, if there are equal number of proton electron, the net charge will be 0. If there are protons are more than the number of electron, then that will be called the net charge will be the net charge should be considered. A proton must be considered to find out the net charge. If there are more number of electrons than the number of protons, then the electrons, the excess electrons should be considered to calculate the net charge, right? Okay.